Good evening. Welcome back to Play the Hits. This is Crystalis. I don't know if this is part 3 or 4, but we made it back to town alive, so
Yeah, we
with our
are.
tail between our legs. I
Yeah.
remember, I was dying.
But now you have the
And
warp
definitely
spell,
needed-
so anytime you're in trouble,
thank
you
God,
can always
so
just
I can
fly
warp
back.
whenever
Yeah,
I need an in. So
exactly. So hopefully MP will quit being as much. That's really the biggest issue you have in this game is MP. Because if you just have regular access to your heal spell, you're fine. But
yeah, it's the MP. For sure, it's the MP. All right, let's see. So this is Brit. Oh, okay, here. Which means so we did the. Okay, so we're gonna go to the other part of the mountain that the wise man didn't want me to go in before. And speaking of which, I'm using the Joy-Con tonight.
Yeah.
The both Joy-Cons in the grip because I was. Ow.
well, yeah, because
I
it
was
gives you
having
a more
enough of that.
defined up button, right?
Yeah, I need the up button because I was doing this whole thing when I was pressing up, so I
Mhm.
wasn't about that.
Yeah,
Only thing is the select button's a little weird, but that's fine.
sure. Yeah, I have noticed that about the Pro controller because it's an 8-way direction. It can fuck with you sometimes.
Yeah, all right. Let's go up here.
So, what are your final thoughts on that FF7 trailer, then? I mean, we've kind of talked about the ups and downs, but...
Yeah, overall, I mean, I liked the characters. I really liked the environments. Even, like, looking at Nibelheim, it's like, you know what, this looks good.
Mhm.
But, for, like, the few seconds you saw of it in the flashback.
Right. But, it's very
Um,
faithful, and I like that, because, again, like, This remake keeps throwing me for a loop, because I don't know what to make of it. Like, part of me thinks they understand it very well. Other
Yeah.
parts of the game look like it's just a total, like, misunderstanding of what made the original so good. So, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's almost
kinda
like there's
both
two
at the
different
same
teams.
time.
Yeah, it's almost like they're trying. There's like one set of people who are like, oh no, it's got to be like a perfect representation of what it was on the PS1, and then there's another team that's like, no man, what would be really great is if Sephiroth had a
you.
long lost brother who wants to fight Cloud on his motorcycle. Like, okay.
Oh, God, if that's the case.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, again, like, what looks good looks really good, and what looks not so good really has me worried.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's like none of it looks necessarily bad. It's just like what it's kind of the implication of these, what is it, guardians of
Yeah,
what the hell are
that's
they
still
called?
the worst possible thing for me. Like, because, for better or worse, it is a part of the story now. And so,
Yeah.
like, even if it is just, like, these observers who, like, are there to, maybe explain the plot in some way, or they're, like, representatives for the planet, I still don't even see that as super necessary. Like, I don't see that as necessary at all, because that's entirely what Bugenhagen does for you.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless they're, like, looking for creative ways to, like, write out, like, Cosmo Canyon and like, not have you
Oh, hell no.
need to explore as much of the world, is my thought. Maybe, like, that's kind of their thing. They're just taking you from Midgard to Junon to the crater, and that's where you fight Sephiroth. I don't know. Like,
And
I don't know.
that's what I'm worried about is
that
if
we're
they
getting a
do this
truncated.
game-
Yeah, we're getting a truncated.
And then the second game,
version.
the sequel is like, okay, that's it. And the first game is, even though it's expanded Midgar, it's pretty much faithful
Mhm.
to, mostly faithful additions and whatnot, but mostly faithful to what the story was. And then they're like, okay, we got to finish this up here.
Yeah.
We got to finish this up. So let's change things up a little bit.
Yeah,
And,
let's take them, like, there's gonna be, like, scene 1 is Junon, scene 2 is gonna be, I don't know, Gold Saucer, then the Temple of the Ancients, and then the Crater. I don't know.
Yeah,
Which
they,
I wouldn't
like-
like very much. Because,
they would
again,
totally
like,
take
I
out
think
the
we've
Gold
established with, like, the level of detail that they've done Midgar in, they definitely can't do a world map like that, so...
No.
So the second game is either going to have to be truncated, like we just said, or
Mhm.
they're going to just have to, like, bite the bullet and say, okay, we can't do that same level of detail as we did for Midgar in this, and so what you're getting instead is just, kind of a Dragon Quest XI style world map with some way, way, way smaller scale towns, and I would be down for that.
I mean, if they did something like that, it's like, okay, you know what? This is nice. This is a
I
lot
would
different
be
from the
just
first
fine with
game.
that.
Like a world map would be crazy, and I'm not expecting that at all with the second game. All right, get out of my way. I don't know if I ever told you this. You don't actually hit anything to talk to people. You just
really?
run
You
into
just run into them? Nice.
You run into them, and they're gonna say their shit. So you know
Right.
what? Yeah, I got money. I just got money out there. So heal me up. All right.
But yeah, I mean, like I would absolutely lose my shit if they did do like a traditional world map that you could explore.
Yeah.
Which, you know, with Dragon Quest XI, they definitely proved that's possible. Even with current technology. And it looked real good too. I mean, there was a lot to explore there.
Dragon Quest still is getting it right when it comes to like that Square's game that's like, okay, we're going to leave this classic, and we're going to update the visuals, but they keep the feel pretty much the same as the old game.
Oh yeah, it's like their safety RPG. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, okay, it's not evolving so much. That's true. There's an argument to be made for that, but at the same time, it's what you like.
And they're still making it better and deeper each and every time, you know. But you know, like there's certain things that they won't touch, and I'm really glad for it because you know it does. Every time you pop in a Dragon Quest game, you know what you're getting, and it kind of feels like going home again. And Max has control. You bet he does, game. So yeah, I'm exactly where I've always been with this. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna love it, but there's parts of it I'm sure I'm gonna have some major beefs with, and I think front and center is the fucking Guardians of Fate. I mean, that's just.
I think we're gonna have a lot to talk about in a couple months here.
Well, we're gonna be playing it, or is that something you're gonna play with Addie?
Oh yeah, FF7. Yeah, I think that'll be something Addie and I play.
Damn it, Max.
Sorry.
All right, we'll just play it at the same exact pace. Actually, why doesn't Addie just join us for that? That'd be pretty tight.
How would that work? Playing on here, that would be well, I mean, I guess it's possible.
I mean, that's what we did with the original FF7.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like I'm missing something.
Yeah, just have her join us for that series. That'd be tight. That'd be her introduction to the games. And we could tell her exactly why the Guardians of Fate don't fucking work.
You might think this looks cool, but actually this sucks. Let me tell you why. Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay.
Now, Addie, this part is bullshit. Let me tell you why this is bullshit.
Okay, get away.
Man. So, let's see here. That's I guess that's where we can leave FF7 for now, and we'll figure that out when we come to it.
Until in a minute when I have more thoughts.
Yeah, exactly. In other news, and I'm surprised I didn't mention this in the first episode, but once again, just fuck our Senate.
Oh yeah, jeez.
Apparently, except for Mitt
they
Romney.
Needed 4 votes. Like I knew, that did surprise me.
When Mitt Romney has suddenly become the voice of reason, I mean, you wonder about the state of the union in general, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, I knew nothing was gonna come of it, but
at the same, I don't know, like it was so blatantly a farce.
Yeah.
Like you. How do you, as a Republican,
not, like, die from shame? Like,
right? As a Republican,
I'm not even trying to be hyperbolic.
Right? How do you like try to run an election later this year and try to present yourself as having any kind of moral high ground ever again? Like you're rigging, national proceedings. You're withholding evidence from the American fucking people, and you're trying to tell me that you're the moral majority still? No, fuck that, and fuck you. You have the goddamn president of the United States bitching about how unfair he's being treated while ringing the Medal of Freedom around a domestic terrorist's neck? Fuck that. I mean,
wait, who's that?
Rush Limbaugh. And maybe I'm being a little exaggerating here, but all that man does is spew vile, wicked hatred into the airwaves, and you put the National Medal of Freedom on him? Because he has cancer? Fuck that.
Oh, I didn't hear about that at all.
Oh, yeah, they gave Rush Limbaugh the National Medal of Freedom, and they had Melania fucking Trump in her fucking stripper pumps put it around his goddamn neck. Jesus Christ.
Ugh.
I'm sorry. But
well, he is in our history books now. Like...
Yeah, what a goddamn disgrace. Like, when you know, in the year 2200, when some poor 8th grade school kid has to do like a report on the different recipients of the National Medal of Freedom, he's gonna have to fucking look up who Rush Limbaugh was and learn about him snorting cocaine out of the ass crack and taint of some whore. I mean, like, and he's gonna wonder where in the hell like that came from in 2020. Like, why this man was viewed as a hero. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hold on. I got 702, 717. All right.
Let's do some quick math here. Time out.
This is some real easy EXP here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, grind a little if you want.
I mean, look at that.
I guess
I'm gonna grind for a second.
Yeah, that's fine. I guess that's all I'll say about politics tonight, because it's like you said, there's really no surprise there. But I think what remains perpetually surprising to me is how far we have slipped as a country.
Yeah.
It is. It's sad. It really is sad, because even... How long ago was Watergate now? 50 years? That's kind of weird to think about.
Jesus, and more now? Yeah, it's more.
The people who were born in the 70s are turning 50 in this decade, but yeah, like, when Richard Nixon did something clearly egregious and inappropriate with his office, I mean, it didn't matter what side of the political aisle you were on. They were able to unite and, you know, actually let justice be served. I mean, granted, he did resign before anything, you know, consequential could really happen to him. But at the same time, like, if he had, the implications were clear. If he didn't resign, they were going to come down hard on him.
They were going to impeach his ass and like really impeach his ass.
Yeah, not just take him to trial, like actually remove him because he did something wrong.
Yeah, and it didn't matter that he was part of like their party. You know, you're right. They were coming together, and they certainly weren't doing things that they knew were like weakening our country and just like hurting the American people in general. Yeah. Like things that putting lies out there, you know, lying and not taking people to
right. So from this point forward, like, where do we go? Like, can any president commit like high felonies and crimes and abuses of power while he's in office, and then just have his goons say, no, this is fine, and we're gonna not give you the evidence, and like this is just the new normal? Like, is that where we are? Well, and like, let's be real here. What happens if a Democrat does this? Like, are the Republicans just going to magically forget about the Trump presidency and say, no, this is unacceptable now because you're liberal?
They totally do. I mean, they're not even coy about it. I mean, you think about Obama was a lame duck president, and so we can't appoint anyone to the Supreme Court for, what was it, like 9 months or something?
Oh, yeah. Do you remember that horse shit where they wouldn't let any of his picks through?
Yeah, and then when it was McConnell saying, as soon as they were trying, it was before Kavanaugh, I can't even remember the guy's name now. It's just like, why are we trying to delay this? Like, delay it like a week or something? Oh, let's vet this person properly. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, oh, look at the Democrats trying to delay stuff. It's like, can you
they can't
really
keep a straight narrative because that doesn't serve them. I mean, like I said, what's really troubling about this is just how transparent and how egregious it is. It really is just a mockery of, like, everything that this country was founded upon. I mean, they're basically... What they're ultimately doing is eliminating any kind of checks and balances. Like, that is what they're doing.
It's self-serving. It basically is like, they know Trump values loyalty over anything else, you know? So they're showing that, hey, you know what, I will debase myself, basically.
Right. I will undermine the founding principles of this goddamn institution to serve the Donald. That is what they're doing. And
I'm gonna go this way first.
What a lousy, horrible state of affairs.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of it. I can't do anything about it. This is, like I said, we're a 2-viewer strong Let's Play channel on Twitch. I can't do anything about it. I don't even have a podium to do anything about it. This is just pissing into the wind, but I will vote against these kinds of policies and against these kind of candidates till my dying breath, whether that vote counts or not, because that is the only power I have available to me. And I mean, it's very clear, at least in the Republican line of thinking, that power is absolutely negligent. Like as long as they have a majority, they can do whatever the fuck they want without consequence. And that is just wrong to me. That I can't believe that it takes being a Democrat to be offended by that. I can't believe there aren't Republicans standing up and saying, this is really wrong, or that they could be so short-sighted as to think that there will never ever again be a Democratic majority in the Senate that can now not justify doing the exact same fucking thing to them. I don't think the Democrats will do that because then they would be just as bad, and it would be transparent.
And they shouldn't.
And they shouldn't.
To be fair, but
and I honestly think that may be what the Republicans are gunning for. They can pull
that's
this
what they're
shit.
Counting on.
They can pull this shit with impunity and just trust that the next time the Democrats have the majority, they won't abuse their power in the same way, and so that when their turn comes around yet again, they can just keep on doing this same tired bullshit.
Either that, or if they do try it, that they make a big stink about it, and they're just like, oh, look what they're doing. This is unprecedented. This has never happened. And
well, and that's my thought though. Like, if they the reason it's so flippant and egregious and just bizarre to me, it's not 1998. I mean, it's not the Clinton impeachment hearings. The internet is a thing. It's like, this isn't just broadcast on television. This is on YouTube. This is all over social media. None of these things existed when Clinton was being impeached. Like when Newt Gingrich was being so reprehensible, Yeah,
that's kind of when this started, where it was just like party above everything.
Right. Yeah, the Clinton impeachment was the first concrete example of that I can remember, but I'm younger, so but in any case, like, this isn't going to fade from the public consciousness. Like, this is going to be preserved
it's going to be
again, if McConnell tries to say, like let's say 8 years from now, right, the Democrats have a Senate majority somehow, and let's say there was some kind of hypothetical situation where they were doing something similar, like gumming up the works in order to serve their own self-interest, right? And the Republicans get all high and mighty, like, oh, this is so horrible. It's an affront to the Constitution. They're undermining justice. They're eliminating checks and balances. How dare they? Like, I could go to goddamn YouTube, type in Trump impeachment, and have hours upon hours of news coverage and footage and speeches and quotes from these very same people showing how ridiculously hypocritical they would be being. I mean, I don't know. It just seems...
Yeah, I don't think they think it matters. Even with that amount of information that's so readily available.
Well, right, because it's not about the Constitution, and it's not about justice. It's about, let the old white guys steal as much as they can from the elderly and the poor and the people of color. That's what this is.
Yeah.
It is loyalty to white evangelical America over and above anything and everything else. Even checks and balances and the whole notion of justice. And that is the political animal that Trump has tapped into.
Yeah.
Ugh. No, I said I was going to stop talking about this, but it's not good.
It's hard. It's kind of hard to deal with. And it's becoming increasingly hard for me to know the people that voted him in, and that are not really, like, almost like need to be apologetic about it. That's a little childish of me, I guess.
Well, I think
but it's
you
just like,
should
didn't
be.
you see this coming from a mile away? Like, how could you not?
Right.
And this guy's just coming
like
back.
everything that we knew
stand
and
right
feared
here.
Trump would do in office,
I've magic, at
he's
least.
done that
But,
and worse.
Yeah,
you know?
that's just like, how could you? You knew he was like this, you know, and that's part of the appeal for a lot of these people. Is just like, yeah, he doesn't take crap.
Yeah, he takes what he
gonna
wants
shake
from those
things up.
goddamn
He
lib
has the
cucks.
balls to
you
do
know?
it,
Right?
and he's
Yeah.
just like so impressed with someone being a bully. It's like that's
Right.
not hard.
And look how much money he has. You know,
this
it's,
isn't.
ugh.
He's not standing up to anyone. He's
No.
just like serving himself.
Right.
You know, he continues to serve himself all over us,
Mm-hmm.
and he gets away with it,
I know.
and people love him for it.
There's
At least
no
it's,
fucking.
you know,
Yeah,
his bases,
base,
which I do
loves him
feel
for
like
it.
is shrinking. Which thank God, but
I
there's
don't
still
know.
no shortage of people who
Yeah, right.
fucking love Trump.
And,
Also,
and
it's
you know,
just like I have no idea if I'm going the right way or not, but I'm gonna get to a dead end eventually. I'm
and
gonna
you know,
see. 'Cause
God
it's
help
always-
me, I
in this game it's always something like
yeah.
here's two paths. Oh, did you get the key to go
Mhm.
down this path?
You didn't forget the key, did you?
And I actually am wondering.
And you know,
There's more
God
guards
help me
here.
for saying this, but
Just the jeez.
God help me for saying this, but I might fall into a deep, dark place if he
Come
wins
back in a second.
re-election.
Oh, there you are.
Hello?
I think.
Oh, you it cut off. Can you hear me? Nope, you can't hear me.
Dang. Oh yeah, you are cutting out.
Yeah,
There
I'm
you-
typing
okay.
to you. Can you hear me
Okay.
now?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine, of course. As soon
Oh,
as
of
you start
course, yeah.
typing.
That's weird. We haven't had that in a few episodes. Anyway, I guess we were due. Oh, I cut out again, didn't I? Yeah. Hello? Okay, so Max has gone silent now for a little bit. We'll just let this run its course like it always does.
Save this. Now.
Oh, now I can hear
something.
you again. Can you hear
Thank
me?
you, Discord.
Can
for
you hear
this
me?
Wonderful experience, flawless experience.
Max can't hear me.
Don't ever change or do every
What
single
Max-
time.
What Max
Every week.
doesn't know is that we can hear him. He can say whatever he wants with impunity, much like Donald Trump.
Come back to me, Chris. Come back to me. Holy. I remember this place being a maze, but geez.
Looks like one.
Okay, I can hear you typing, so
Oh.
something's getting picked up.
You can hear me now? Why can you hear my typing
For
but
a
not
long
my
time.
voice?
Yeah, and I can hear you for a little bit, and then you cut out.
Oh, weird.
Oh, here we go.
Fuck Discord. Just testing now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Hopefully
weird.
that's the end of it.
That was a long one. You can't hear me now, can you? God damn it. For fucking real?
Again? No, that's fine. We're fine.
I'm gonna disconnect the call and reconnect here real quick. Hello? Can you hear me? This is bizarre. Hello? This is like the worst one we've ever had. Okay, well, I might as well narrate then, I guess, until I come back in, but, So, what I was saying before was, God help me, I will fall into a deep, dark depression if Trump wins re-election. And not just, like, as a matter of party politics, but quite literally because, like
is very much Final Fantasy vibes. There's like an Elite
Hello?
Four basically.
Are you? Oh, so Max
Let's see what
is
happened to my power.
Max is trying to give a narration of the game, but he can't hear me at all.
You know what? I need tornado bracelet.
You do need
I
tornado
think this
bracelet.
guy's immune to fire.
This is so cool because we're not even having a conversation anymore. God damn it, Discord.
I don't hear shit now. Yeah, I can hear the typing a little bit. Oh no!
Ooh, you suck.
Well, we're not gonna stand for that injustice. I think I'm just gonna skip over these guys. First of all, really? Not really. Just the typing sometimes. Here. See if maybe it's... let's see. Connection looks good. The wireless connection looks great.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think it's Discord. Yeah, and I can hear it. Maybe it's fixed. Maybe everything's good
wait.
forever.
Am I?
Like, I can hear you.
I'm coming through.
Yeah, you're coming through, and...
That was absolutely the worst we went from like
If we've ever had it.
Yeah, we've went from like 3 solid episodes of no problems to how long's it been now? Like 5 minutes.
Like that was like 4 or 5 minutes.
That was like I tried not to ruin the stream, but I was getting so fucking mad. Like I tried disconnecting and reconnecting the call, but it didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And oh my god, dude.
Yeah, that was bad. And the wireless connection, I was eyeballing it. It was fine the whole time.
So absolutely flawless. The stream never cut out. So it definitely wasn't internet problems.
Yeah, that's software. That's definitely just software.
And we even had I was so worried about the conversation that I missed in our chat. We had someone talking to us, Mr. Spokes.
Oh, what did he have to say?
Let's see here. He was joining us a little bit on our conversation about Democrats and Republicans, and then he started giving you advice on the boss fight. Just get up in his grill and stab.
Oh,
Mr. Spokes, I apologize. That. You know, if you're still out there, thank you very much for the conversation, and sorry we completely missed you, but we were having some connection problems there.
An asshole.
Yep.
All right, one of the Dragonia's finest 4 here. I think this is like a Japanese thing, because I mean, the Final Fantasy games there's something about 4, and I have to look at. Okay, you know what? I am gonna get in his grill. I'm gonna start doing this, and oh god, good. I like when that happens.
That feels good to me. Oh dear. Oh, there we go.
Let's try that again. You know what? My strategy was kind of working from the... Oh, God. You know what? Disappear. Okay. You know what? I do... No.
So, I guess what I was trying to communicate before the chat cut out... What the hell was that? Is that your phone?
Do you hear it vibrating? That is my phone.
Nice. That is off-putting.
Here it is.
Anyways, I think...
Give me just 1 second.
Okay.
1 quick second. Be right back.
This is quality content, everybody.
Yellow.
Between the cutouts and the phone conversations.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright. Have you lost me again?
Putting you in my ear would work. There we go.
Okay, there we go.
Alright.
Now you can hear me. Hello?
Yep, I hear you. Just
Oh, for a second there, I thought it cut me out again. I was about to be real pissed off.
All right, I really want to try to beat this guy. I don't want to call it right here, so
yeah, we're getting close to about the end of the episode.
Staying away from his shit,
yeah,
and charging is going to be the thing. And then I'm going to look up where the hell I'm supposed to go because this place is like a huge cavern.
So going back like almost 10 minutes now, where I was going to leave that conversation is, I really shouldn't say this because I know I'm going to be disappointed all over again, but if Trump wins re-election in November, I'm going to go into probably a pretty deep, dark place, politically speaking.
I would too. Wow.
It's less about like the fact that there are people out there who support him. It's really just that like he can do and say whatever. It would basically mean that he really is above the law. Like it's not just like the Senate who would be in his corner at that point, or just like the basket of deplorables that's surrounding him at all times, but like the American people, having seen what they've seen for 4 years, would then say, yeah, this is fine. Four more years of this is fine. And
yeah,
I pray to God that that's not where we are. But
I would hope that after
who the hell knows anymore, I guess. Wow, this guy is a bitch.
Yeah, getting up in his grill is not working, but also the stuff he's pushing up on me, it's too much.
Yeah, that is a lot of like just fucking debris flying in your face constantly.
Yeah, just debris.
Holy crap.
Okay.
Yeah, so again, that would just be kind of like the final nail in the coffin for the American experiment, you know? And once again, I know that like under any other circumstances my words would sound really like overly dramatic, but I mean, you think about what he and McConnell have done to the system in the last 4 years. I mean, it's scary shit.
Yeah.
I mean, if Trump himself isn't a despot, which I think he desperately wants to be, then he certainly is setting the precedent for a despot to come in and have all of the groundwork he needs to fucking, you know, create a new nationalist, militaristic movement that, you know, kind of paints us against the world. I mean, that's frightening to think about. Like, actually being in our own version of Nazi Germany. And, like, being powerless to stop it.
Yeah.
So, that's... And like I said, going back to the original point, we knew that this was how this proceeding was going to go down. But I don't know, just... God. Like, I almost thought they would try to be clever about it. Like, that they were gonna, like, look up...
There's no need to be.
No, right, but, like, that they might look up something in the Constitution that's like, oh no, in certain extenuating circumstances, this, you know... there's no precedent for witnesses or something like that. But no, they were just like, no,
there's no need to call any more witnesses.
Right.
Like,
they have shit that we don't want you to hear, and so we're not going to call them to testify. And we've already made up our minds that he's not guilty, so what's the point?
Yeah.
The point is that he is guilty, and that, you know, the people have a right to know, like, how their duly elected official is, you know, misusing the powers they've entrusted him with. I mean, that's just... I thought that was common sense, but I am wrong, apparently. So, anyway, how's your week going, buddy? How's things in Maxland?
Yeah, my week's been going okay, except for right now.
Yeah, right? Like fucking impeachment blues and this one boss that won't die.
I mean, again, the impeachment stuff, even just how brazen they're being doesn't surprise me, but it does piss me off.
I guess... think I don't know. I'm maybe more personally invested in this than I thought I was because
I think Mitt Romney kind of surprised me a little bit.
Yeah, like I said,
it's like, okay.
How is Mitt Romney now the the
Like
the
one of the
moral
voices
compass of the
reason.
GOP. Yeah, right. The guy's in a cult. I mean, let's be real here.
That's very true.
I mean, I'm sorry. Not to offend any Mormons out there, but I mean, it is what it is.
You know what's messed up about this?
What?
Is before the stuff even comes off the ground, I can just run into it.
Yeah, I know.
It's
There's like no time for you to get to safety.
Okay, you know what? I am gonna go back to the getting close to him and stabbing, which I
Fucking,
don't think is gonna
go
work.
ape shit.
He's
He's weak to wind and not fire, correct?
Yeah, fire's not gonna do anything to him.
Okay.
But the thing is, he moves so fast.
This might be the last episode of Crystalis. Oh, there you go. That was nice. Get up in his nuts.
Ow! Ow!
Get up in his nuts. Oh God!
That's what happens.
Nothing.
And you don't get invincibility.
Holy
You just
shit!
get
Yeah, there's no
hurt.
invincibility frame. Yeah.
There's no like, ow, I got hurt. I'm gonna be invincible for a second here. All right, we'll try.
Man,
getting
I
up in
can't
his grill
imagine
one
doing
more
this
time.
on the original NES, where you have to get back to him every time. How did you do this as a
oh my
kid?
God. It wasn't this hard as a kid. It wasn't that bad. And I definitely didn't get up in his grill. It was using the tornado bracelet. But you know what? I don't remember this amount of debris.
Really?
I don't remember it being that much. I remember like 2 or 3. Like,
Well, and we know it's not a
thing's-
Japanese port either because the text is all in English. So
oh, that would be messed up if I was playing the easy type like all
these years. Yeah, right.
And he's actually he's not the easiest. I'd say his second general is like the easiest one.
Uh-huh.
But oh god,
Good lord. I also
and the
feel
game's even
really...
slowing down for me. Like,
It is. Yeah, it's giving you a break. I feel
Although,
really bad for our listener.
For me, I know the controller is doing, and like I don't want to blame it on the controller, but I am making weird movements. I see myself making weird movements. Oh
Mhm.
god, you're really gonna follow me like that? Okay, I think if I don't get him this time, one more. Oh my god, this here's my last try. Then I gotta come up with a strategy. I'm being really
I've got to
slow on this
actually
game.
strategize. Yeah.
This I think this playthrough is gonna be like twice as long as it should be because
Right.
of just how much I'm dying.
But hey, at least we have the reload function.
Yeah.
So
That's true. Because I guess the game is worth it. It's such a
yeah.
good game.
Oh, it is.
Such
I
a
can
good game,
tell.
but it's wow. This is
it's an NES game though, so
this
you
is
get
brutal.
stuff like this. Yeah.
I just want to stay as
Well,
far away from him as possible.
This time the
but
debris
he
doesn't
won't
seem
let
as
me.
bad. Oh, there we
Ow,
go.
Ow! Ow!
As soon as I said that, you're dead
He won't
already.
let you stay. He won't let you stay far away.
Replenish some more health.
Yeah, I think I need to. I'm gonna
Spam
replenish all
those
my
herbs.
health.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to drop it.
Oh God, no. Just keep
Yeah,
going. Keep
please.
replenishing health.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Speaking of like painfully difficult things in games, you know how I was talking about like how Sekiro is like really good and how I'm not usually like into Dark Souls
Yeah.
kind of style games and like
Oh, did you go back to Sekiro?
I did and I uninstalled it today. Like I couldn't anymore.
No.
Well, like I was 10 hours into the game and like I kind of looked up where I was in YouTube. Like I was stuck. Like I was looking up YouTube strategies and I just couldn't develop, like I couldn't replicate what I was seeing people do on the screen. And then I
Yeah.
realized this was only like the first somewhat major boss. Like the first. And like I just physically didn't have what it took to beat him.
That's crushing.
It
That's
was.
really-
And like
that's really
I
bad.
must have spent like you know, I was in a really good mood and I was like really motivated because like my fever had just broke and I was feeling fine again, and so I figured, I have the rest of the day off before I have to pick up the kids from school. I might as well you know, play some Sekiro. And so I spent like 2.5 hours on this one boss, and like no progress was made whatsoever, like none. Like, and I wasn't like just getting frustrated and like going in there like super mad and like trying to abuse the system or like get lucky or anything like that. Like, I was really doing my level best to get the dodges and the counters down perfectly, and every once in a while I would get one. But they were few and far between. And so, like, I just realized that I am not cut out for this particular style of game. And so, for me, Sekiro is officially now a $30 loss, which is kind of depressing, but...
Because it's supposed to be, like, a really good game, and not just, like,
it is.
the gameplay, but,
right.
like... It was, like, game of the year for a lot of people.
Yeah, and I can tell, like, what makes it a good game, but it's just not for me. Like, it's a good game for people who, I guess, have some kind of fundamental understanding of that style of gameplay that I do not possess. Holy
this
shit.
Is so difficult.
Max is about to lose his shit.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening tonight.
All right. We're calling it here. Okay, give him one more shot, and then next time I'll play the hits.
All right.
All right, clean slate. Here we go.
We're gonna tornado bracelet, because this is how I always did it as a kid: is stay away from him.
Are you supposed to have like better armor?
I could get better armor, but it's really just about avoiding it. I'm getting hit so much, and I really shouldn't be. Now I am being like dumb fingers with the Joy-Cons a little bit, where I'm hitting two buttons at once.
Okay.
But the joystick is not what I really want to do either. So
right.
I'm like trying to go right, and I'll start going left, and I want to go left, and I'm going left and down.
Oh,
so I'm hitting two buttons at once a lot, and I don't want to hit two buttons.
Right.
He's faster than me.
He's a lot faster than you. Well, he closes the distance so fast, and those things are flying.
You try to get away, and he cuts it off.
Right.
Like, I have these things already up in the air, but I'm gonna cut your one path off. Like,
you might want to herb.
Okay, let's herb. Yeah, let's definitely herb.
Like 2 or 3 herbs, actually.
Let's avoid that. And then the minus button. Look at the Joy-Cons where the minus button is.
I know. I've had this problem before.
I have to hit the joystick.
You've probably taken a few screenshots by now, I'm guessing, that you didn't mean to take.
Oh, God. It's just guessing at this point. Ugh.
Wow. That is so awful. Like, I feel for you, man, because I've been in this situation a few times in this channel.
Ugh.
I think we'll call this.
I think
this
this
whole
is
episode.
The first time though that one of us has had to be like, you know what, it's not happening.
This whole episode was just a huge moral defeat. The politics, Discord, and then this fucking boss.
Yeah. You
know
know what?
Let's make a tactical.
You were reminding me of all the shit that was happening in my actual life. So this is supposed to be escapism right here, but it's not. It's almost like an allegory for what's happening. It's just
I think
you want to rise up? Right? You want to stay? You want to like be part of something? Well, fuck you.
I think we've lost sight of why we started doing this channel.
Oh shit!
All right, man. Well, hey,
next time on Play the Hits, it's gonna be we're gonna lift the fucking mood. Is what we're gonna do.
Here's our tactical retreat. We'll see you next time, and Max is gonna beat the shit out of this boss.
All right, man. You can count on it. I'll see you then.
See ya.